on, guys? It's Cadence. Welcome back to the layout. In today's video, we're going to be looking at all of my custom HO scale engines. Now, about half of these are engines that I custom painted, and about half are engines that I bought custom painted or had someone custom paint for me. So let's get right into the video and look at my custom HO scale engines. Alright, so the first engine we have here is a Athearn Blue Box. I think it's like a U30C or something like that. This unit I actually did not know was custom when I bought it. I bought it from some very nice guys at a Greenberg show, and I had no idea it was custom after I picked it up and started looking at it. And only then did I realize this is actually a custom model, which makes it very unique. The original model was, I think, a Southern unit, and a gentleman painted this into CSX YN1 Stealth. Looks really good. It's so good that I didn't even realize it was a custom engine until I picked it up. But yeah, this is one that I'm really happy to have in my collection. Really unique. I don't think there are a whole lot of these that look like this out in HO scale, so I'm glad to have one. Okay, so this next unit here is actually another Athearn Blue Box unit, and another one that I bought custom made. I did not do this. It's actually incomplete, and I bought it incomplete knowing that it wasn't done yet. As you can see, it has no numbers or reporting marks under the cab, and the NS logo does need to be replaced. But this is a custom, I think this is like a U18 or something similar to my CSX one. And this is another really cool engine that I'm super glad to have. It's actually a dummy, so it does not have a motor. It free rolls by itself, so that's great for if I'm not running a DCC engine, something older or something like that. But yeah, it's another really cool Blue Box engine that I'm glad to have in my collection, and let's move on to the next engine. Alright, this engine here is another dummy like the NS U18, and I do not know who actually made this engine, and I do not know if the entire paint scheme is custom or just the Norfolk Southern patch here under the window. Either way, it's a really nice engine. As I said, it's a dummy, so again, free rolling. I don't think I paid very much for this. I think it was about $10 or $15 at a Timonium show a few years ago. But again, this is a really cool custom engine for the NS patch right here. Yeah, I don't see a whole lot of those in HO scale. I mostly see the CSX ones, if anything. And this is another really cool engine that I'm glad to have in my collection. Now, this is by far my favorite custom engine I have, my favorite HO engine on my entire roster. This is a custom VRE GP39 engine that I had custom painted for me by a really cool guy on Facebook named, I think his name's John Robinson. I'll put his Facebook right here in the corner there. But this engine, I really wanted an HO VRE GP39, and no brand has ever made one as a production model. And so I reached out to some people, found him, got this great looking engine here, really nice. It used to be a Santa Fe Blue Bonnet GP39, but obviously now you can tell it's completely different. But yeah, really great looking engine. The lines on this are super crisp. It's by far my favorite HO engine that I own. Very unique. I think there's about less than 20 HO VRE Jeeps in existence. I could be wrong. I know of about 4 or 5 others. Many of them were made by the same person who made this, but there's also a few others out there. But yeah, as far as I know, this is really unique. This is my favorite HO engine I own, and I'm probably going to do a video more in depth and running this engine soon, so look out for that. Now, this is another very unique engine that I bought also at a Timonium show in Baltimore about a year ago. This one's really cool. I know there are some production models made in HO. I don't know if they're of the exact same SD40. I think most of them are the GP60Ms. But this is also another custom. I don't know who exactly made it, but I got it for a steal. I think I paid $25 for this engine. It's a Bachmann. It's either a Spectrum or I think it's a Bachmann Spectrum. We're just going to leave it at that. But it runs really smooth. It's really cool. Definitely an eye-catching engine, really unique. Stands out from any of the other Norfolk Southern engines that I have in my fleet here on the layout. And again, this is another engine that I'd love to do a running video on, so if anyone wants to see that, be sure to leave it in the comments. I'd be more than happy to run this or any of the other engines you see in this video. But yeah, this is a very unique engine. I don't know how many there are in HO, but this is really cool. Again, don't know who made this, but it runs really great, and let's move on to the next engine. Now, I'm sure this is the reason that many of you clicked on the video. This is my custom AWVR 777 from the movie Unstoppable. This is made from a Athearn Ready to Roll -9. I custom did this one myself, did everything, stripped the paint off, and this used to actually be a BNSF engine, but now it's obviously in the paint in the AWVR scheme. Very infamous engine in the rail fanning community for its role in the very popular amongst rail fans movie Unstoppable. This one I would love to do another running video on. And yeah, definitely a really cool engine that I'm really glad to have in my collection. This is actually one of the first engines I ever custom painted, which is why some parts of it look a little bit shoddy. But I still think it's pretty decent for a first job, and it's definitely cool to have an engine that's so well known across the community in my HO layout, in my HO engine collection. So definitely a really cool one to have. And let's move on to the next engine, which is very similar to this one. Here is another engine that I custom painted myself, and this is of course AWVR 767, the other main engine in the movie Unstoppable other than 1206, which is being worked on currently. This engine was another one that I did. It took me quite a long time to master some of the techniques for painting these trains, but I think these turned out pretty decent for a first timer. This one is also an Athearn ready to roll -9. Used to be a Norfolk Southern -9, but then I obviously stripped all the paint off and made it into this. The decals for this I got many questions about. These are all from Circus City decals. I'm going to put a link to them on the screen right now. Great company, really well priced decals. I got these decals right off there. I think they're about $15 a piece for HO. They also make them in N and can enlarge them to O scale. These great company decals are really high quality, easy to work with. Nice water slide decals, feel just like any other really high quality brand, and I really am a fan of them. So if you are interested in doing this, be sure to check out that website. And if anyone again would like to see a video of this engine running or a video on how I made these engines, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will surely be willing to do that. I still have the engines for 1206 and the two gray SD40s from that movie. I forgot what the numbers on those are, but I would be more than happy to finish those engines for you and make a video on them and how I did them and how I did these. Let's move on to the next engine. Finishing off this video of my custom HO engines, these are two engines that I started just to practice on before I did the Unstoppable locomotives. These are obviously an Amtrak -8 Phase 5 and a Delaware and Hudson Alco PA. That one's a little less obvious. I never really went anywhere with that, although I have the decals for it, so I might finish it at some point. But these are both engines I did for practice. I felt pretty good about the Amtrak one. I thought that turned out decent for my very first paint ever. The Delaware and Hudson there I sort of gave up on. I bought that dummy for very cheap at a train store, I think. And yeah, I just never really went anywhere with that, and I never finished up the Amtrak one, but I may at some point again. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see any of these custom engines being run on my layout, please leave a comment in the description. I'll be more than happy to run these for you guys. Yeah, I'm going to put links to the links that I quoted in the description below, so if you want to check out Circus City Decals or any of those other people that help me make these engines, be sure to do that. Until next time, guys, this is Washington District Rail Fan, and I'll see you later.